The most expensive thing that's not on your P&L is your ego. It's time to stop paying that tax. This is Damion. This is day 49 of Leading at 47, Leadership Life and Everything in Between. Uh, I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that we make as leaders, and they have a lot of the times one thing in common. We had to be right. Choosing pride, your pride over the project, uh, choosing our title over the truth. Just like all of these things just going in my head about the hidden tax of ego showing up on a day-to-day basis. And I've seen so many talented people who quit different teams because they cannot deal with the egos. Um, Usually, when people talk about a boss that's not great, usually a heavy ego is attached to that leader or that boss. And I've realized that confidence is quiet, and ego is really, really loud. And it happened this weekend. It happened this weekend. For those of you that are following the women's NCAA tournament, UConn's Coach Gino, is probably one of the best coaches in college sports. The guy's been to 25 Final Fours in his career. That is unheard of. And if you haven't seen this, just please take 5, 7 minutes to go check out the interaction between Coach Gino and Coach Don Staley. Um, it is very, very clear that these are, again, two of the best coaches in the world, and the stakes are high. Competition is fierce. They expect nothing but the greatest from their people. And what happened is there was a series of events that are, in his perspective, Don Staley's perspective, and then what the world saw. And what it all really boils down to is there has to be true sportsmanship in competition. And I do not believe Coach Gino displayed that. Again, one of the best leaders and coaches in history, um, probably had one of his worst public moments this weekend, and it was caused by his ego. And what I challenge is, like, why was that ego present? Why couldn't he take a step back and say, you know what? Um, After further review, I could have handled this differently. Even if he wasn't wrong, he's swallowing his pride because the public perception of what he did and not shaking hands with the other team after the game, not like engaging in a very negative dialogue with Don Staley, it's not his best moment. And think about how much your ego costs from a money perspective, how much it causes uh, attacks on your relationships, the people around you, your decision making. There's so many things versus just swallowing your pride and saying, hey, I could have done that differently. And so, like, what I think about is how do we check our ego when we're in the moment, or like right after the moment, or in the moment? How do we check our ego? Are we arguing to be right? Or am I arguing to get it right? There's a difference. Like, we want to get to a solution versus, hey, I'm right. Um, are you interested in the scenario, or are you interesting? So are you truly interested, or do you want to be interesting? And that leads me to my last 2 points. is when's the last time you publicly gave somebody credit for a win? That's all he had to do. Coach Don Staley, South Carolina, you all played a phenomenal game. Great job. Next year, we're coming back and we're going to get after you. That easy. And then lastly, where are his truth tellers? We talked about this on a previous episode. Where are Coach Gino's truth tellers? He has a bunch of yes people around him to say, Coach, no, that's not right. Or is he just ignoring the advice that they're giving him? I'm not saying I don't know Coach Gino's staff. They might have tried to course correct. His PR person might have tried to course correct. I don't know. If that's not the case, he is ignoring sound advice, and that could potentially tarnish your legacy. We'll see you all tomorrow. We're going to close it out with episode 50. I'm going to share all my learnings through this entire journey tomorrow. And I really want you all to tap in. It's been a great ride, and I can't wait to share my reflections with you all in our last episode. Take care. We'll see you soon.